Hello, and welcome to another retro video game stream on original hardware. Tonight, we're going to be playing some Kaboom on the Atari 2600. This is a fantastic paddle game by Activision. My experience with Kaboom is limited to mostly playing it at friends' houses. I don't think we actually owned this game, but I really enjoyed playing it when we'd go visit some friends of ours. It's actually a very simple game. The idea is that the Mad Bomber drops bombs along the top, and you have to catch them in buckets to keep them from exploding. If they get past you, they explode, you lose a bucket. And you play as long as you can. And this game is one of those games sort of like Tetris, in that if you kind of get in the zone, you know, the game, they call it flow, it just really almost like completely engrossing, really mesmerizing. And Kaboom is great about that. It's a really good game. It also uses the paddle controller, which is great. Paddle controllers are something that's unique about Atari, and they just feel good to use. They're really fun to play paddle games, and this is one of the best ones. Speaking of, Atari has reissued their paddles. These are new paddles that I'm using to play tonight. This came from Atari's website. They're the CX30 Plus paddles. And I have to say, you know, my paddles that I had before, I had replaced the potentiometers in them, and they were getting pretty brittle. The plastic was starting to sort of fall apart. When my daughter had a friend over and they were playing Warlords with the paddles, they were kind of rough with them, and you could tell that they had like cracked the plastic stopper inside, just kind of spinning around. So I have taken them apart and repaired them a couple of times, and the plastic's really brittle, and it's just a mess. So I was thrilled to see that Atari reissued paddles for the new Atari 2600 Plus and 7800 Plus release that they have now. So these new paddles, they feel pretty good. They have a very smooth potentiometer. It's kind of silky smooth, whereas the old one is kind of fast. And so I'm not entirely sure how much better or different it is. They do feel nice. They're a little light in the hand. They feel kind of lightweight. The buttons feel a little cheaper, but they work. And they're brand new, and the plastic isn't 40 plus years old. Was it like 45-year-old plastic or something now? So anyway, let's get started with some Kaboom and see what kind of a high score we can get. Hopefully I've got the right paddle in my hand here. I do. Okay, here we go. Yeah, these feel pretty good. Definitely not. There's a little bit of jitter in there. You can see it kind of moving a little bit. We'll see how it goes. I have the old paddles that I repaired with new potentiometers, but these still feel, I mean, that feels pretty good. They're not jumping all over the place. If you get 1,000 points, I think you get a new bucket. Oh no. You're not doing very well. Got one. Whew. All right. 1900 for our first round. 1913. I definitely lost a couple buckets too easily there. I gotta do reset to restart this. That's a bummer. I'm gonna reach down. At least you don't start until you hit the button. Such an intense game. All right, here we go. And there's a little bit of jitter in there. It's not quite as precise feeling. Okay. Well, we'll keep playing with the new paddles. They're definitely smoother feeling, but the preciseness feels a little funny. So we'll talk a little bit about some of the strategy. Mike Matei from Angry Video Game Nerd fame talked about some of the strategy because it's one of his favorite games. Because you're going to get a bucket at 1,000 points, it's worth letting the bomb explode just before 1,000 points because it slows down the bomber. Now, I don't know if I necessarily totally agree with doing that, but it makes sense because it does slow down the bomber. So you get to play longer. So I might try that out. We'll see how that goes. Oh, I missed it. Did worse than the first time. I should have listened to Mike Matei's advice. All right. I'm going to play this one more time with the new paddle, and then I'm going to try the old with the replaced potentiometers. We'll see how I like them. I didn't do it again. Oops. $21.80. Oh no. 2,500. You lose those 3 buckets, and then it starts to go downhill. All right, 2,532. The manual says that if you get to 10,000 points, then you're one of the patch winners for this game. Okay, I'm gonna go and get my original paddles. They're actually in this box, and switch them out. I'm gonna try it with the old paddles. Replaced potentiometers. Yeah, these feel pretty good. Yeah, I gotta say, the Super Pots from Best Electronics feel better than the Atari 2600 Plus release. But I'm still glad I bought them because, again, the plastic is super brittle. You can see the label's a little different on the original. It's like yellow. The new one's like an orange color. All right. Oh, there's a little jitter there. Maybe it's about the same. They definitely feel a little more substantial, the old ones, in the hand. I didn't do it again. Didn't get to 2,000. Well, I have to say, I feel like the old paddles with the replaced Best Electronics Super Pots, which wasn't easy to do, by the way. I had to take them apart and solder them in. Feel better than the new ones. But it's not a huge difference. It's not a huge difference. I would say the new ones would be very good. Certainly, if you didn't have this replaced Super Pots and you still had the old original potentiometer paddles, the new ones would be like, this is great. So I just happen to have mine replaced with the Best Electronic Super Pots. I keep forgetting to do the bucket thing, losing a bucket. That's terrible. Ugh, I'm playing really bad. 2,000. Oh, okay. Well, we beat our old high score, so that's good. And that seemed like a terrible game. Like we were doing really bad. All right. I want to try to get like into the multiple thousands. If I can approach 10,000, I'll feel good about myself. I like this game a lot. I want to get better at it. All right. You can see there's that little bit of jitter. Maybe there's... Jeez. Maybe there's going to be that no matter what you do. That was awful. That was a terrible round. Boo. And yes, I'm using an extension cord for my controllers. Kind of have to. Even the joystick, the paddle controller cables are way too small. $25.91 is our top so far. I haven't even looked at like the world record. I'm sure it's crazy. It's my understanding that this game is inspired by an arcade game called Avalanche, I think. Jeez. Which I never played in the arcade. In fact, I've never even seen it. Not playing well. All right. I want to break 3,000. I want to do that. I'll break 3,000. That's my goal for this evening at least. close to getting a new bucket. Oh, no. Oh. I don't want our best games to be behind us. Yeah, that's just some funny jitter there. Even with the super bots. $17.66. That was better. Okay. I'm going to switch back to the new paddles, just as an experiment. Now I played with the old potentiometer ones. And see how that goes. Because I'm not sure that they're any better. Like I said, there's that kind of funny little jitter. Anyway. Yeah, I'm not sure it feels really much different. It's actually a little looser than the old one. Having trouble getting past 1700 here. All right. Let's give this a couple more tries. You know what? I like the feel, just this, they're slightly heavier of the old paddles. That's the difference. It's not so much that the potentiometers are hugely different. It's that the old paddles are more substantial. And I think that feels better in the hand. Again, there'd be nothing wrong with them, I think, for most paddle games. People would be thrilled to get them. And the only reason I really like mine is that they're replaced with these Best Electronics from California Super Pots, which, again, is, kind of a rare thing in itself. Okay, come on, do this. Okay, I let myself die there. Getting a little better. We're getting past the scores we had before, and I remembered to lose the bucket that time on purpose. Thousand. Well, I got a couple more games in me here. $25.91 is our top score so far. Oh no. Got to lose the bucket. Disaster. Oh no. No. Oh, that was so close to beating our last score. All right. I feel like we're one more game. Look at that. One more. It's a testament to how good this is as a game that, for as simple as it is, that you want to keep playing. You want to push yourself. It really is Tetris-like. And for a game from, I think it's like 1981 or something, or 82 maybe, it's pretty good. It's ahead of its time. didn't do it. All right. 2591 was our high score for the night. And I feel like we could break 3K. We played a few more times and really focused. But I have to say, the new paddles were fine. If you're thinking about picking them up, the CX30 Plus ones, they're worth it. However, the old paddles with the Best Electronic Super Pots in them felt better in my hand. They felt a little more substantial. The potentiometers felt a little bit more... It felt better. All that being said, I'm sure they would be adequate for most people. Now, Kaboom, what a great game. Activision classic. Activision made so many great games for 2600. This is no exception. One of the best games, maybe in top 10. I don't know. It's really good. It's really fun with two people, too, taking turns and trying to beat each other's score. I'll probably revisit this game and try to get a better score. I feel like it can do better than 2591. I mean, if the Activision patch is 10,000 points, it can't be that hard. Usually those patch scores aren't that impossible to get, but I don't know. So, anyway, thanks for watching. I hope you have a great holiday weekend. Happy Thanksgiving to everyone here in the U.S., and we'll be back next week with some more retro video games on original hardware. So, thanks for watching.